Tell me, Rob, what did you... Oh, hello. I forget sometimes this is live TV. Thank you for joining me for Veg with Lisa Live. And Aaron Grobra, happy St. Patrick's Day. I have my favorite Irish lad on the show today. What do you have to say for yourself, Irish Rob?
Aaron Grobra, Sláinte, Céad Mia Fáilte.
Oh, what does that mean?
You got me. 1,000 welcomes. Cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, Rob's mom is actually from Ireland, so he's second generation Irish American, and I've got some what do you call these things? Shallots and garlic and ginger burning away over here. Thank you so much for joining me for Veg with Lisa Live. But before I get started with the cooking, which is why you came, let me know that you're here. Say hi, Heather. Type in the comments. So I know that I'm just not making a fool of myself for nobody. Oh, so today is St. Patrick's Day, the wearing of the green. I decided to make it the eating o' the green. I want to show you an easy dish, traditional Irish curry. Just kidding. You know, we think of typical Irish foods and they're often like corned beef and cabbage or Irish soda bread. I made Irish soda bread last year on St. Patrick's Day. You can scroll down my feed and find that video or look on YouTube. And all those things are wonderful. Oh, wow, Heather, Kevin, and Awesome, and Cherith? I don't know. Fantastic joining from Union Cemetery in Kansas City. If you haven't been there, it's a beautiful place. Check it out. It's just getting ready to boost and burst with spring activities. Anyway, a lot of typical Irish foods can be a little bit heavy, and if you'd like to indulge on St. Patrick's Day, no problem. But I thought we would do something just a little bit different today, and I am going to make a curry, and I'm going to show you how many green things we can put in our curry. All right, let's get started. Here we go. Type in the chat, what do you like to do to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Hi, Deborah. Deborah, welcome. If you happen to be like Deborah in my cleanse, this recipe is from the cleanse packet and it is completely cleanse friendly. Look at all of these beautiful green things I'm going to put in this not so traditional Irish curry. All right, now first of all, you know what, if you are lucky enough to have a gas stove, I do not in this house that I moved to in Asheville, so it's tricky. I've already got shallots and garlic, you guys know what garlic looks like, and fresh ginger sauteing in my cast iron skillet. And you can see it got a little bit brown because the electric stove is kind of hard to regulate, especially on Irish TV. Hello, Emily, tuning in from California. So, typical starting point for a curry, even a non-traditional Irish one. Onions or shallots. I like to use shallots. I think the flavor is a little bit more delicate and nuanced and not quite so strong. Garlic, and I've got fresh ginger going on in here. If you don't have fresh ginger, well, you should buy some because it's kind of hard to substitute for it. You can use a little bit of dried, although the flavor will be different. Now, let us talk about some of these green veg. I wanted to find as many things as I could to throw in this curry. It's not really fresh green veg season, at least where I live here in Asheville. It's getting close, but not yet. So I went to the supermarket on the corner and I bought some frozen green beans and some frozen peas. And I'm gonna toss those babies in with my garlic, my shallots, and my ginger. Broccoli. I always keep broccoli in the freezer. It is so easy and it's absolutely delicious. Of course, you can use fresh of all of these if you want. Just in case you don't believe that this is live, can you hear those things that's sizzling? Okay, now before I get too excited, I want to throw in my spices. I like to throw the spices in relatively early, especially when I'm making a curry, because the oil and the heat helps to intensify the flavor. So here's what I've got. I've got coriander, ground coriander, cumin, ground cumin, turmeric. You say turmeric and you're wrong. It's turmeric with an R. I've got some crushed red chili peppers because Emily is in the house. And I've got some cinnamon, not too much because we don't want this to taste like a pie, but we want it to taste like a spicy, flavorful curry, whether you like heat or not. Of course, you could leave the red chilies out. So in the spices go, and truth be told, hey Sid, good to see you. Truth be told, I got to yak and I would have preferred to throw the spices in with the garlic, the shallots, and the ginger. But I was so busy welcoming everyone to Veg with Lisa Live. So, woo, smell! It smells absolutely delicious. Sydney, I wonder if you and your Irish boyfriend Seamus like a good green curry. Let me know. All right, so I've got all the green veggies I can think of so far. I've got peas, I've got green beans, I've got broccoli. Now, this might be a little more closely related to traditional Irish fare. I took some Brussels sprouts, which are a very wintry food, and I stemmed them. I cut their little baby heads off and cut them into quarters, and I'm gonna throw them in my pot as well. You could do cabbage, you could do, what else could you do? Aaron Goldbrow, Rob says, absolutely. Basically, this is about the eating of the green, so it doesn't matter too much. Think of a green veg, and I dare you to throw it in. Okay, now since this is a curry, I'm gonna use a coconut milk. And just a word about coconut milk. I really love this one from Trader Joe's. Susan, is that you? Because all it has in the ingredients, and again, if you are in the cleanse, not all of you are, but we've been talking about how to read labels. One of the most important lessons you can learn for yourself, for your health. Ingredients. This is the first place I always want you to look. Forget about this for now. This is just, it can be helpful, but it can also get very, very confusing. Look at the ingredients. This is what really matters. What is in your product if you're going to eat a product food? I love this coconut milk from Trader Joe's because it is organic coconut milk and water, and that is all. No junk. All right, so in the curry, the traditional, non-traditional Irish curry, my coconut milk goes. Whoa! Blow out. That is so cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, you can already, oh, phew, that kind of calmed things down, didn't it? Hi, Susan, that was you. So you can already kind of see the absolutely beautiful colors. Susan says she likes the scarf. Why, thank you. Guess what? This is actually Sylvie's scarf that my mom made for Sylvie, and I borrowed it for St. Patrick's Day because I didn't have anything green to wear. Okay, so you can already see the beautiful, vibrant green colors, just like Ireland, the motherland, and you can start to see some really pretty yellow from that turmeric. Yeah, so be careful when you're cooking with turmeric because it will turn everything that you have yellow. All right, so I think we need a few more green veg. What do you think? Does anybody know what these are? So the next part, you can use any kind of leafy greens, but I just went this morning. I like to be seasonal. I like to be local. I like to see what they've got at my neighborhood grocery store, and I love to buy it. So I went this morning, and I could not resist. No guesses? These are mustard greens. I like these because I have an extra little bit of bite, okay? So that's what I'm gonna add next. Mustard greens for the win, throwing more greens in our not so traditional Irish curry. Now we're gonna need a little bit of salt. Greens will really soak up the salt. And I appreciate that we all wanna watch our sodium intake, but remember, we get most of our excess, yes, Emily says these mustard greens are spicy, and they are. We get most of our extra salt, our extra sodium in processed and convenience foods, not from our home cooking. So just an FYI, I'm not saying to douse all of your food in sodium. However, it's, you know, let's get real. It's not this kind of stuff that creates problems with our blood pressure and our sodium and all that. It's the McDonald's, it's the French fries, it's probably the Mexican food at the Mexican restaurant on the corner that you love. It's the bag of chips. That's where you're getting your extra sodium that can get cut out, not from your own salt shaker. All right, this is so beautiful. Now you're gonna let this cook down, and you probably will need to add a little bit of broth, veggie broth, another great place to read your labels. Susan says, you picked mustard greens. Do you have mustard greens in your own garden, Susan? I bet you do. Actually, it's about time, if you haven't already, depending on where you live. You may have mustard greens coming up in your garden already, or it's time to plant them. And I'll tell you what, they come up really easily by seed. If you want to be brave and plant some seeds. So you might need to add a little bit of veggie broth to this. You know, just to worry about what kind of oil I use. Hey! Kathy Merrill Hyde, will you please tell John Aaron go bra for me? John is also from Ireland and we share the same birthday. Does that make us Irish twins? Another word about oil. So again, what kind of oil you use, this can be very tricky, but it is very important. I use avocado oil for this. You could use a little bit of coconut oil. We've got all of the coconut milk in the curry, so go easy on the coconut because it's very, very high in saturated fat. That business about it being a health food, that was all marketing mumbo jumbo Madison Avenue because they needed to sell some coconut parts. It's fine as a flavoring, it's fine in moderation, but I believe there are 14 grams of saturated fat per every tablespoon of coconut oil. That's a lot. Butter, there's only 7, and avocado oil, there's like less, way less. What does it say on the container? 4. Yeah, so you choose. I prefer not to eat too much saturated fat because it clogs your arteries. Ooh, that's hot. Just in case you forgot, this is live TV. So you'll let that cook down, and then I'm going to show you the one I cooked earlier. Ooh, baby, baby. So the greens are not quite as vibrant because they've cooked. I want to serve them up on, I'm going to serve it up on a bowl of quinoa. You can do rice. We eat a lot of rice, and quinoa has a little bit more protein, so I love quinoa as a base for my curry or for my chilies, really for anything. All right, and I like mine nice and soupy, but you may not. Look at this. Oh, there comes the green. Oh, heavens, I forgot chickpeas. If you're wondering why there are chickpeas in this, it's because I forgot to put them in that, and we're gonna pretend live TV. I added chickpeas, definitely a traditional Irish ingredient, again, for a little extra protein. Oh, speedy delivery. I would love to speedy delivery some curry to you, Emily, but you are a little too far away. Okay, so I told you I like mine soupy, and you can see the chickpeas that I forgot to put in that one. All these beautiful green veg, and look at that yellow color. That is from the curry, the turmeric. Right? And you can use store-bought curry powder, but why would you when you can just make your own? All we did was put turmeric, coriander, cumin, red chili, and some salt. Yeah. Now, I think that this type of food always benefits from a generous squeeze of lime to perk up the flavors, from some garnish, fresh cilantro, and I've got some beautiful radish sprouts. I'm very into putting sprouts on everything these days. And now let's give this a taste. Not so traditional Irish curry. It is absolutely delicious. You know what? Those mustard greens make it. They're spicy. Look at all those different colors of green and all those different variety of plants. Let's see. Shall we count them? Let's do. We've got shallots or onions, garlic, ginger, green beans, peas, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. What was the last thing I put in? Mustard greens, cilantro, quinoa, chickpeas. I'm out of hands. I'm already to 11. You are well on your way to your weekly dose of plants, 30 to 40 different varieties per week for a healthy gut. Hi, Mildred. Cousin Mildred is tuning in from Wales. All right, here we go. Deborah's making it as she's watching. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Deborah, with a few tweaks. Yeah, always feel free to tweak your recipes. This is so good, and I'm so hungry. So I'm going to say, Erin Grow Bra, Shallots. See you next time on Veg with Lisa, live, and happy St. Patrick's Day.